After losing my job in middle age, my ex-wife gave me an ultimatum. Get my act together or she's taking our son. There was no way I was losing my kid, so I headed to an employment agency. But at my age, the only job I could land was a security guard position at a museum. The previous guard filled me in. The place had been hemorrhaging money for years. To cut costs, they fired 3 longtime employees and hired me to do all their jobs. I wasn't exactly thrilled about the gig, but with my back against the wall, I had no choice but to give it a shot. One of the old-timers walked me through the museum to show me the ropes. When the night shift began, they handed me a manual and stressed over and over that I had to follow every step to the letter. I had absolutely no clue what they were talking about. After watching them leave, I was alone in the museum. Before long, I started nodding off until I fell out of my chair and jolted awake. I figured I'd splash some water on my face to shake off the drowsiness, but as I walked through the main hall, I froze. The T-Rex skeleton that had been standing in the center was gone. I spun around and nearly jumped out of my skin. The dinosaur was over there drinking water. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. I made a break for the exit, but the doors were locked tight. Those old guys had trapped me inside. I ducked behind a pillar and frantically dialed for help. When someone finally picked up, all they said was follow the manual, then hung up. That's when I remembered the manual. I flipped it open, and all it said was throw the bone. What the hell was that supposed to mean? Suddenly, a bone clattered to the ground right beside me. The dinosaur had tossed it over. With those massive jaws bearing down on me, I grabbed the bone and hurled it as far as I could. To my amazement, the dinosaur actually took off after it. I bolted, but didn't make it far before the dinosaur cut me off again. Just when I thought I was a goner, it dropped the bone at my feet. I stood there in total shock. Then it dawned on me this giant beast just wanted to play fetch. I threw the bone again. This time, its tail whipped around and sent me flying. But I barely felt the pain because when I looked up, every exhibit in the museum had sprung to life. I scrambled to my feet to see what was happening, only to be blocked by a group of cavemen. I'd barely managed to shake them off before bumping into some motor-mouth statue who just wouldn't shut up. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I turned around to find a horde of Huns charging straight at me. I dove into the elevator just in the nick of time and barely escaped with my life.